welcome to Croak. In today's video I'm going to be teaching you how to make your own custom willow trees in Minecraft. We'll get straight into it. First thing you're going to want to do is find a block palette. Personally I like to go for some spruce wood for the actual base of the tree, and then use dark oak slabs and stairs for the branches, and some mud walls and spruce fences just to extend it upwards while keeping it slim. And for the leaves, start off with some birch, go to azalea, then to moss, and then glowberries to give it a sort of willow tree effect. So now it's time to get started on the base of the tree. But first you're going to need to decide how many blocks wide you're going to want the base to be. So if you're doing a small one, about 2 or like 3 would work, but it would be quite small. I'm going to use about 5 just to make sure it's wide enough to have enough height. You're going to kind of want it to be leaning over a little bit as well. And when you're building trees, you're also going to need it to get slimmer as it goes up to the top. So if you're using 5 blocks down here, use about 4 here, 3 here, 2 here, then split the 2 into ones. So now you've got a shape that you're happy with, you can start adding more branches using dark oak slabs and stairs. Kind of give it a droopiness effect, so you know, bring it up one, then keep bringing it down, and maybe have a little flick at the end with this trapdoor. Just add these on either side. So the next section is to now start extending these branches further upwards, but using smaller blocks like walls and fences. So the trick is, for every block you want to half it into 2 walls, and then into every wall you want to half that into 2 fences. For willow trees you kind of want to make these stick out just to the side instead of having them go up, so that the leaves will hang a lot better. And you also want to add some branches sticking out at the ends of these bigger branches, so it kind of splits off. Now I'm going to add some spruce fence gates onto the edge of these, just to make it kind of stick out without this weird fence effect. So this should be the base of it done for now. So I'm going to get started on the leaves. Don't worry about the trunk yet, I usually do that at the end. So for the leaves you're going to want to start with some sort of birch or a darker type of leaf, and gradually make your way down into azalea and moss at the end, and some glowberries. Also don't forget to shear the glowberries so it stops them from growing, so you can keep them at the length you want them. And pretty much just repeat this process over and over until you like the way it looks. So for the length of how long they should be, you kind of want to keep it longer around these kind of branches, around a circular sort of thing with long leaves, and then as it gets to the top make them shorter. And with the leaves, with these willow trees, especially willow trees, I like to kind of give them gravity, so as they would hit a branch they kind of droop over and fall back down into the water. Another little trick you can do with the branches is you can pretty much place glowberries on any solid block, so you can just add a little few more leaves hanging down with glowberries, just underneath all the slab. You're also going to kind of need to layer the leaves where there's gaps like this. So you don't want them all grouped together. Instead, go on the other side of these branches, a couple blocks over, and just place it where there's little gaps. And it just makes it look a lot better. So now I'm going to get started on the top leaves. These are pretty much the same, but instead you just kind of want to build like a kind of circular shape around all of these little edges, just to kind of get a baseline to where you're going to build the leaves down. It also makes the canopy at the top look really nice. A nice thing I like to do is just to try and link up all of these leaves together, just slightly. You just kind of want to go along and try and fill in any open gaps around the top. Just going around the sides, drooping it down, and then filling in any spaces. So we're almost done with the build now. All we've really got to do is add some dark oak stairs and slabs. You kind of want the trunk to be pointing sort of diagonally away from the tree. And even have some of the roots going into the water. Alright, so that's going to be the end of the tutorial. If you found it informative or you just liked the video, consider subscribing, and see ya.